Hey, Indianapolis Motor Speedway fans, Doug Boles here with you with one of our absolute favorite drivers, not just currently, but of all time. He is a four-time winner. I know he doesn't get tired of hearing that. Helio Castroneves. Helio, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Doug. I will shake your hand, but I can see that you have some issues over there.
Yeah, I had a little bit of surgery over the holiday break. So we are filming this in January. I had surgery about 2 weeks ago, so you'll see me in this, and hopefully by the time you see me in May, I'll be out trying to run with this guy.
You're ready to go, right?
I'll be ready, 100%
ready to cheer.
So you got to come back the last couple of years to try and that drive for five. It's still alive. Your life's changed a little bit. We'll talk about that. But how focused are you on five?
Huge. It's special now that we are focused our 100% energy into the 500 this year, and we wanted that. We wanted the number 5. I feel that the fans wanted that. I know you wanted that 5 because it would be something unique and to show the world that records are made to be broken.
Absolutely. So a little bit different this year. You have sort of taken a step back. You're still driving, but you are now on the business side of things with Meyer Shank. Does that make you think differently about the way you drive or what you're looking at P&L statements, and that's hard, as a race car driver?
I know a lot of people were asking my question, are you going to be driving different, now the Indy 500, you know how much it costs? I'm like, no, we're all in, but you're right. It is a little bit different chapter in my life, in my career, learning process as well. I might end up calling you more often to say, hey, is that work? Is that the way? Is that right? But I'm accepting this challenge. I really want to stay here for a long time. I would like to be driving for a long time, but obviously when opportunity shows up, you got to embrace it. And I'm so thankful that Meyer Shank Racing gave me this opportunity, showed me this opportunity to becoming a co-owner and do something that's my passion, so it would be a lot of fun.
Well, that was the thing I was most excited for, was now there is a life beyond racing that's still in racing for you, and it is with Meyer Shank Racing. So how much coaching are you going to do this year? You're going to have a rookie teammate.
Right.
You've got Felix now on your team who is very, very talented. But is Tom looking at you for some information, or are you going to be at every race trying to help those guys?
Absolutely. My goal is obviously to make sure that those two cars are as far as forward as possible. And when it comes to the Indy 500, the same way. Yes, I want to win the Indy 500, but in the end of the day, we want to make sure that we work as a team to make it happen. But it will be interesting because I'm glad I worked with Tom before, so my words might come up the way normally a teacher would tell you, but he understands me, and that's the good thing. Felix, I will know a little bit more along the way. And hopefully we all three of us, three musketeers at MSR, will work together and make things happen.
So big jump really for Tom to go from sports cars into IndyCar, completely different driving style. But you've had a lot of success in sports cars too, so you know how they handle compared to an IndyCar. So is that going to be an advantage for him that you can help him translate what might have worked in a sports car isn't going to work in the IndyCar and vice versa?
That's correct. And Tom is very incredible on his feedback, in talking to the engineers. As I mentioned before, working together as a teammate on that side, I can see this could be great for not only for himself, but also for the team. And having Felix as well, the same way, bring some information from other teams, just like when I came from Team Penske, it works. And we gotta sometimes see in a different area, have an open mind. So it will be fun. I feel that we're gonna be a good team together.
And that's part of it. Part of the one is the fun. So last year, you and Tony, your Brazilian brother, you end up finishing right next to each other. And I know it wasn't where the two of you really wanted to finish, but was that a special moment for the two of you? Actually, you, I think, picked up the win if you were just the two of you running, right? You had actually crossed the start-finish line first.
Yeah.
Is that a big moment for you, his last race?
How ironic, right? Especially in his end of not racing career, but at IndyCar at least. The fact that we were racing, right there at the biggest race of the world, and it was just incredible. Can't wait to see him again. And now he's taking also a similar part, not a team owner, but it's the technical director. So it's going to be interesting for him. And again, I'm still calling him. It's like, hey, is this the way it works? Because he always a little bit advanced than me. But it will be a lot of fun to bump to each other at the racetrack in a different aspect.
So we got to touch on it. We lost Gil. And I know your best friend almost, you and Gil, you guys were inseparable in a lot of ways. A difficult moment. So as you lead into this year, and especially the Indy 500, I assume you're going to carry a little bit of Gil with you as you try and compete for your 5th win.
Absolutely. Gil, for all of us, first of all, in racing, a lot of people see the competition, tough drivers with each other, tough teams. has some fights, in the end of the day. But when you leave the track, you leave all that competitiveness away, and you create this friendship, you create this brotherhood, you create this community, whether it's through drivers or to team owners, to mechanics, and you become super friends. For me, Gil was a sort of a mentor, not only in racing when we were teammates, but outside of racing. He showed me the balance between family and racing and our career. There was so many aspects that for me, it will be interesting, it will be difficult, because some of the places obviously we used to be together, and but I guarantee he's up there, changing the doors of heaven, trying to make it better, automatic or something. And Kika probably is out there as well, telling him what to do. But, we just got to remember him the best way we can. And obviously, still very much in touch with the family, Angela and I knew Luke. So, but yeah, I'll definitely carry him. A little bit of him with me at the Indy 500 this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Losing a true champion like he was, and such a great mentor for a lot of folks, and was really just a great representative of what the NTT IndyCar Series is about, what racing was about, and just his spirit and the way he had time for everybody.
And thank you for the nice tribute. I saw the pylon having him. I don't think he expected how big it was, but in the end of the day, that's how much he was loved, how much people care about him, and how many friends he made all over the world.
Yeah, absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, Helio Castroneves, I have one more question for you. Favorite thing you did in the off-season?
Favorite thing I did in the off-season? Actually, playing a little bit with my daughter. We went to the volleyball game, and she improved a lot. I'm very excited. She's getting angry now when they lose. I was like, oh, here we go. Because normally these days, they're just like, okay, you lost. No, you got to get angry when you lose, right? So it's very nice to see, now she's 14 years old, the progress and the changing. But this has been my favorite so far.
That's absolutely great. Ladies and gentlemen, Helio Castroneves. This will be his 24th Indianapolis 500. He's right up there with A.J. Foyt, Mario Andretti, Al Unser. He's one race behind Gordon Johncock and Johnny Rutherford. You'll tie them for fourth most starts ever in the history of the Indy 500 this year. It is our four-time Indianapolis 500 champion, one of our all-time favorites, Helio Castroneves.